Go. Kasey Brenner is with us. She's with the Jewish Voice for Peace. And this afternoon, that is a Sunday afternoon, there was a big event in downtown at Salmon Street Springs about what's happening around now. This is October 6th. The anniversary of the attack was October 7th. And Kasey's with us right now to tell us a little bit about the event. Thanks for joining us, Kasey.
Yes, thanks for having me, Tim. So this was Taslik is one of the high, it means casting off. So it's casting off our transgressions. It's one of the high, it's part of the high holy holidays for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. And Jews of all persuasions, secular, religious, cultural, all Jews across the world celebrate and focus on this ceremony called Taslik, where we cast off our transgressions over the past year. We cast them off into water, and we enter the new year cleansed and prepared for the new year. We chose October 6th. Well, that's Taslik. That's the high holy day to atone for what's happening in Israel and American complicity. As an American Jew, I can only feel that I have some responsibility in the arming of the Israeli military and the genocide that's happening in Israel. So this is part of our atonement and our demand that for a ceasefire and for the U.S. to stop funding the military destruction of Gaza.
So a couple of things here. First of all, how many people were at the event this afternoon in Portland?
125, we counted.
Okay. And Jewish Voice for Peace is a national, and is it an international organization as well?
That's a good question, Tim. I believe it is national.
Okay. And so the people that were at the event this afternoon, they are all in agreement with that the one of the things that they're atoning for is the U.S. complicity with what's going on in Israel and the Middle East. Is that correct?
Yes, that is. And I think as Jews, it's important for us to stand up, because I think anytime there's any criticism of Israel or Israeli policies, where the charge of anti-Semitism is laid at our feet. And so as Jews, we stand up. I'm very proud to be a Jew. I am a Jew. And so I think Jewish Voice for Peace and all of us there just feel very strongly that we stand up against the genocide as Jews.
So you're of the opinion that what's happening in the Middle East is a genocide?
Yes, I am.
And do you think that that the Israeli government is standing more in the way, or is it the U.S. complicity that's stopping things from moving forward to a more peaceful resolution?
Well, of course, it lands on the lap of Israel and Israeli policy, but the level of destruction that Israel is waging against the Palestinian people and in Gaza could not happen without the U.S. supplying, I think, about 80% of the arms and bombs that they're using in the war. So yes, we are very complicit in every way. And if Biden, the U.S. government could stop it on a dime, by placing strings on the military aid and basically telling Netanyahu, you need to negotiate a ceasefire in good faith. But the U.S. does not want to do that, and Netanyahu doesn't either. So there you go.
Would you say that the sentiment that you have currently is a growing sentiment among the Jewish community, or is it still a small subset?
That's a really good question. I think it's growing across the American people, in general. I think young people especially are very much against the war. Students are very much against the war. And I think, I'm just going to say it like it is, Tim, and that is that, the majority of Jews are Zionist in this country. And so waging and speaking out against Zionism and all of that is a very big leap for us. And I think that we're definitely gaining ground. And I think ultimately we will win because we're on the right side of history.
So tomorrow, Monday, is October 7th, and it's the anniversary of the horrific attack in Israel a year ago. Do you have any events planned for tomorrow, or do you have any idea of what may or may not happen in and around Portland?
We are Jewish Voice for Peace. We do not have anything planned for October 7th. We focused on Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah as the action and the visibility that we wanted and the message that we wanted to give.
All right. Well, Kasey Brenner with the Jewish Voice for Peace, thanks for giving us a few minutes of your time tonight. I know it was a busy day for you, and I appreciate you squeezing us in tonight. Thank you so much.
And thanks for having me.